Alright, we're going back to the well with flying fish plus love potion. There are so many different combinations you can make with this. It's almost like having access to a new type of team. It's kind of like when Anubis was released, that suddenly there were a whole bunch of new builds that felt somehow different to everything that had come before. So we're picking this up on turn 7. This is going to be a compilation episode, so there's going to be 3 main runs and then a couple of bonus clips as well. I tend not to like doing these long runs because they take so much longer to edit and commentate over, but I also don't want to release like 5 or 6 flying fish videos in a row. So we're just going to power through today, and then there probably will be a couple more videos using this same concept later on in the week. Hopefully the new update actually comes out this week as well, so we can vary things up with some of the new material. So the first thing I wanted to try was Caterpillar with Love Potion. So we used the classic trick here with the 2.33 and 1.5 Caterpillar combination to instantly get the level 3. And hopefully that should carry us while we get our second Caterpillar online. Now this is still going to be susceptible to snipes, so even though the Caterpillar gets leveled up by the flying fish, the butterfly can still get deleted before it copies any stats. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're going to try and replicate this. I had a few attempts at this with various different combinations. Sometimes there was only one Caterpillar, but I really wanted to get a run where I just had the 3 units, 2 Caterpillars and 1 flying fish, and that was going to produce 4 butterflies. At the moment though, we only have a level 1 flying fish, so it's not going to level up the spawned Caterpillar. I think it's only going to be level 2, so we're not going to get the double butterfly. Actually there, the dolphin sniped before the transformation. I'm still not entirely clear how that ordering works. It's definitely different to the way it used to be. So we get level 2 flying fish, and here I should definitely sell Hatching Chick by Quetzal to get the flying fish to level 2.66. And then we just need 1 more chocolate. Probably shouldn't have frozen the lasagna there, but I guess it's maybe because I've got so many hearts left that I feel fairly secure at this stage. And there we go, yeah, you can see Lynx is such a common unit in customs. Lynx and Dolphin, really, really common. So you're going to lose a lot of units in this manner. Leveling up the Caterpillar there actually didn't make any sense. I should have leveled up the flying fish, because the love potion is going to give us, once we have level 3 flying fish, the love potion would give us 2 level 3s automatically. So that was definitely a mistake. And of course you do get the chocolate for free on the following turn with the Caterpillar anyway. But you can see how horrible this combo is when it actually works. Although it is very, very susceptible to getting disrupted. If you face a team that doesn't have any disruption at all, it's pretty much curtains for them. As long as they have big stats, you know, if it's a summon team, we're going to automatically lose basically, because the Caterpillars are completely worthless in that situation. So I think, do I take okay, I'm just going to buy the stat food. At some point here, I think I do end up switching the garlic to something else like potato, just to try and soak up as many snipes as possible if the opponent has crocodile. And here's another lynx. So we're probably going to lose at least 1 butterfly, but in this situation it shouldn't matter. And that's why we're also trying to get the coconut going. So if we have coconut on a couple of the units at the front, we'll be able to protect them from at least a couple of snipes. Now obviously lots of teams are going to have multi-hitting snipes, you know. I guess Woodpecker as well is another one that would potentially knock some stuff out. But we're just trying to leverage the fact that we still have 3 hearts here. And I think on average you're probably more likely to face teams that have at least 1 big unit than you are to face a snipe team or a summon team. And here, yeah, it works out perfectly. An opposing monkey ends up buffing, I think it was a lionfish, up to such a point that we get a bunch of very large butterflies. I always think that although I really like the fact that Caterpillar is so thematic, where it's transforming into a butterfly, the fact that the butterfly's ability, like butterflies are very fragile creatures, and the fact that they then become massive units just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Now, actually, here is a team with level 3 Chimera that they're gonna appear later in the video again. I guess all of this stuff was recorded in the same session, so there's going to be a lot of repeats. We've got the double mongoose frozen here because if we can find a chocolate, which we do, we can refresh the toy as a level 2 next turn. Summon team, so our caterpillars are unfortunately useless and we're going to automatically lose, even though this is actually a pretty weak summon team for turn 15. Everything other than the saber-tooth and the deer is level 1, but that's not going to matter. Thankfully here, having 3 hearts gives us a very high chance of finding a pure stats-based team, because any summon build or any full snipe team on turn 15 is going to automatically beat you. So now we can take our upgraded toy. Honestly, the level 2 coconut maybe isn't necessary if we actually match with a team that has one big unit, but there's not a whole lot we can do to improve the team at this stage anyway, so we might as well just look for the toy pets. And thankfully we faced this all scaling team. We copy the camel's stats 4 times, and so it's going to be an absolute walkover for the flying fish with 4 butterflies. So there were some runs where I went for this and just got absolutely demolished by snipe teams over and over, so it was nice finally getting the right RNG for the quad caterpillar win. Alright, another one picking up on turn 7, and this time we're going to try and do something completely different. Instead of having massive stats, we're going to end up with a pretty low statted team overall. We take the flying fish level up and we get red dragon. Now here I can pill the beluga, recover the gold from the dolphin that has the rice, and then bring in the red dragon. We do already have a love potion on the team, but it's on the flying fish itself. That was really just to help me stay alive because it would end up buffing the dolphins from the beluga. As you can see here, we get the full level 3 dolphin at the back. Unfortunately, we're 1 HP short there, or 1 attack short, and we end up losing. But again, we had a lot of hearts intact because the flying fish combos are pretty strong in the early game. It's only in the late game when things can take a turn for the worse if your team isn't strong enough. I think we're going to go straight for the level 3 flying fish and then just feed stat food whenever we get the opportunity. Fairly weak looking team here, and the crisp is going to do a decent amount of damage. Actually, very strange looking team really for turn 8. I do wonder sometimes when you see these types of odd combinations if they're playing a random pack. So turn 9, we're looking for a tier 6 unit. I could take the skeleton dog here to try and get a level up. Maybe I'm just going to pill it. Yeah, that would be a bit of a waste for a 1-1 buff. So we roll past, we get another red dragon, and I think we'll just combine them together. Buy, sell a stoat, hoping for red dragon there as well. I guess if we got blobfish, we could have pilled something. That's why I'm freezing that pill. Another flying fish, and there's the blob. So next turn we can hopefully hit a manticore on one of these level ups. And then we need to replace the love potion on the flying fish so that we have space for the 2 other units to spawn. And then we would have level 1 manticore plus level 3, and then 4 red dragon. Well, I guess actually now when we level up the red dragon, we're going to get 5 crisps. So their entire team is going to get covered with crisp on the next turn. One of the downsides here about having the pill and the love potion frozen is that we can't find a different piece of equipment to replace the love potion on the flying fish. But hopefully this combo is strong enough that it's going to carry us until we can get the full thing online, as that team got absolutely wrecked by the crisp. Really at this stage I should be unfreezing this pill. I think the fact that it's a free pill probably is what's making me hold on to it. but we're wasting a lot of gold here rolling down looking for manticore. I could be finding chocolate or melon or garlic or something, because we do need to replace the equipment on the flying fish in order for the manticore to get leveled up. As we end up facing an infected player, this run, I'm not sure if it's this team, but this concept here ended up making it into a video which I will link in the description. It's using manticore to increase the effectiveness of ink, which is something you really don't see very often. And now I think, having committed to the pill for so long, we're actually going to go for the level 2 blobfish. So if we do get the manticore, we can instant level 2 it, and then it gives me another infected player team. Actually, now that I see it, this might be the team from the video. I think squid is definitely better for that particular application than cuttlefish. I've been facing like the same person twice in a row quite a lot recently. It used to be fairly rare that would happen. I mean, you would face them more than once in the same run, but not in back-to-back turns. But yeah, these days, I don't know what's going on with the matchmaking. Quick check of the pack. I'm just double checking there to make sure that I did have manticore in the team. Very weak looking ailment team on the opposing side. Just gets demolished by the crisp. And yeah, so now we're on 9. We still have 4 hearts. It's kind of difficult to do anything to throw here because the order of the team doesn't really matter too much. We roll down looking for manticore. We don't find it. So I think what's going to happen is, I guess I should just put the blobfish at the back. That's pretty much the only thing we can do to make this the worst possible team. But thankfully we faced one of these sauropod plus bird of paradise teams, which are 10 a penny at the moment. And so we lose there. Another turn rolling down looking for manticore. And there we get it. Finally. We're not going to get the love potion this turn. But it wouldn't have worked this turn anyway because the flying fish still has love potion and it's going to go first. So I just freeze the first piece of equipment that comes up, which is potato. And then fittingly we face a crocodile anyway, so we lose the manticore. Now one of the drawbacks here is that obviously this interaction is not start of battle. So although the crisp gets applied by the red dragon guaranteed, the manticore is not guaranteed to work because you have to attack once for the crisp to actually get triggered. And so we're going to put the flying fish at the back so that it can absorb as many snipes as possible. And this is a huge team, but look at the effect of the crisp plus the manticore buffs. It's going to be so close. And yeah, they only have 15 health left there, despite having almost a maxed out team. So now we're down to 1 heart from being in a very commanding position. It took us so long to find the manticore. What's the final team going to be? And it's our friend from earlier who had the level 3 Chimera. It's now been pilled to try and go for the triple achievement at the same time. I would be really shocked if that team managed to win on turn 17. But it did produce a very funny final battle for this all crisp squad. So next one, we're going to look at flying fish with skunk. And this was actually one of the things that I thought about first when Love Potion was changed. There have been many builds in the past that have relied on getting, multiple level 3 skunks. The one that springs to mind is the hyena one. I'll try and link some of those in the description if you've never seen them. But basically it involves swapping the opponent's stats with hyena after they've been reduced to 1 HP with the level 3 skunk. And so when a love potion was originally on the test server, it gave you the same level pet. So if we put the love potion on the level 3 flying fish, we would have had another level 3 flying fish immediately. And if that had been the case, there wouldn't really be any need for flying fish in any of these builds. But clearly they decided to, make it a little bit less powerful. It's still very strong, but not quite as strong as that test server version. And yeah, my first thought was, now some of those builds are going to be easier because all you have to do is get 1 unit to level 3, and then you can put love potion on it. So we do find the skunk here. We're going to use these lobsters to boost its stats up a bit. And we don't get the love potion this turn. Or I guess we could just sell a lobster. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Probably better to go for the instant level 3 skunk instead of trying to get an extra +4/4 onto the next skunk we buy. And the rhino does get to trigger here, but I think we should be okay. I've seen a few people the last couple of days playing cheese, which was something that was very uncommon for quite a long time. And we're also freezing the snapping turtle here because I want the flying fish to have skewer. So now we need to sell something else because we need space for the skunk to spawn. And we're freezing a love potion because I'm trying to get a second skunk into the team. So kind of like the first video where we ended up with flying fish +4 caterpillars, we're going for the opposite where we're going to try and reduce 4 units on the opposing team to 1 HP. And summon squad here. I think although we have the skewer, we're still going to end up losing. Again, it's a fairly low level summon squad overall. Actually, yeah, we just scrape a tie because they only had a level 1 turkey there. We're going to get the level 2 skunk. And yeah, I think really that's all we're looking for now, and the pill in the empty slot. So we will take a toy, probably the toilet paper, to try and preserve the hearts. Having the instant level 3 skunk seems like it would be super strong, but when the rest of your team is so weak, you really do need fairly weak opponents to get away with it. And thankfully that team obliged. Don't need another love potion. Just looking for skunk, and there we get it. So now we have to offload the lobster and hopefully find a pill in 2 rolls, which unfortunately we don't. So we're not actually going to get 4 skunks in this particular turn. But this is nice when it's a team that has invested everything into one big unit at the front. And so the level 3 skunk in that situation is going to instantly win you the battle. And we get the pill as well with 1 slot frozen. So now we've got the flying fish with the permanent skewer, and we can upgrade to another level 2 skunk. But again, this team is just going to fall apart to any summon squad and also any snipe squad. So it's very similar to a lot of these different teams. Now this team actually has evil book, so they're going to end up killing their own units because we reduced their stats so much. And I think that probably gives me an idea about what I should be doing to improve my team. Other than going for higher levels on the skunks, we can be looking for bad dog as well. I don't think many of the other toys are going to help us much, but instantly hitting everything on the opposing team when their stats have been reduced seems extremely beneficial, as the flying fish gets a triple kill there, or at least it was a double kill using the skewer. So cat, cow and shop, so it would be rude to pass that up, especially if we're thinking about evil book, so it would be nice to have higher health and give ourselves a chance. Now we get the bad dog here, and then we'll take cornucopia. Yeah, can't take pita bread because we need the skewer and we also need the love potions. Now another bad dog team. Strange that suddenly we're seeing them all. Again, the skewer knocks out one of the 1 HP units, and then the great one comes in to finish the job. We're going to get the level 3 on the middle skunk, and then just take porridge. Unfortunately, it's going to give us attack when really we want more health. Now, here's a summon squad, so we know we've lost. It doesn't matter that everything's going to go to 1 HP, and we kill 2 of their units instantaneously because it's Parrot plus Spino, and yeah, they have a potato at the back there as well. So, I mean, look at the units left on their team, even after we instantly deleted. I think it was it a whale and a stork? I can't remember. But we do get another chocolate here. And I think really I'm just looking to refresh the toy because it makes such a difference. When skewer can be blocked by so many different things, having the evil book to polish those teams off is so beneficial. And again, it's a similar story. We're instantly killing loads of units with the skewer. Then the vulture hits the flying fish, which I think was the only thing it couldn't hit for us to have a chance there. Honestly, maybe we would have lost anyway because of the wolf at the back. But we are going to get to a level 3 skunk. So we're going to have 4 level 3 skunks, and then we roll a bad dog with only 1 gold to spare. So the evil book is ready to go. Fingers crossed for a non-snipe, non-summon opponent. And it is all stats. Although they do have multiple peppers, the skewer removes the pepper and the great one knocks everything out. And the flying fish plus 4 level 3 skunks gets the win on turn 17. So a couple of extra clips here. Here's a different one where the skunk team failed against this Jersey Devil squad. And actually, I don't think it would have made any difference even if we had the evil book here, because the flying fish didn't get knocked out on the first attack. So the great one wouldn't have spawned and deleted the tiger and Jersey Devil. And then here's a variation with the caterpillars where I had lynx instead. Lynx plus caterpillar doesn't make the most amount of sense because the lynx is potentially going to reduce the health on their largest unit before you copy it. But in the end here, it didn't matter and we got the win. So let me know in the comments, what's your favourite flying fish combo you've seen so far? I've got a couple more fun ones recorded, but I'll save them for later in the week.